up, YouTube? It's your girl Lily LaRue, and I'm back with another video. So today I wanted to come to you all with a video about the hardest parts about nursing school for me and how I overcame them. If you're interested to see what I have to say, go ahead and stay tuned. So one of the biggest obstacles for me in nursing school was overcoming self-doubt and fear. I was terrified that I would harm a patient, that I would get into a patient's room and not know what I'm doing, or I would be made to look stupid by my professors, or I would make myself look stupid because I didn't know an answer to a question. There were always 1,025 things in the back of my mind that could go wrong every time I entered a clinical site. Even in the classroom setting, a lot of our professors, they're very abrasive with their form of teaching. So it probably in the long run helped us, build tougher skin, but it's not the most welcoming setting to learn in. So there was just a lot of fear and self-doubt, like I'm inadequate, that I'm not set out to be a nurse, maybe this isn't for me. And I really had to overcome that. And it was a struggle. It really was a struggle. I'm not going to sit here and lie like it was easy for me to overcome that. But the way how I overcame that was, one, I looked to God. I said that God would not put me through anything that I was not strong enough to get through. And two, I replaced all those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. You really have to change your mindset in order to change anything in your life. Thinking negatively of yourself does nothing for your confidence. It does nothing for your performance. It literally is nothing but detrimental to everything that you're trying to achieve. So once I changed my mindset, a lot of things changed for me. I realized that no one has all the answers. No one's perfect. You wouldn't be in school if you knew everything that they're asking you. Even experienced nurses have to look things up sometimes. I just realized that me being hard on myself was only making it harder for myself. I was already in a difficult program. I was already had a lot of pressure on myself. So I decided to change how I thought about things and how I thought about myself. And that really helped me overcome all of that self-doubt, all of that lack of confidence. It really made me more confident once I realized that, I had to place confidence in myself for anyone else to place confidence in me. So change your mindset, replace those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. And God got you. So another big obstacle for me in school was learning how to be a good test taker. Now, don't get me wrong, I always was a good test taker. I always did well on standardized tests like the NCLEX, like SATs, but nursing school tests were kind of different in the way that each professor wanted you to take a different, I don't want to say viewpoint, but they wanted you to take a different focus on the information that they would be testing you on. So one professor may want you to focus more on nursing interventions, whereas another professor may want you to focus more on disease processes and then focus on the interventions and the medicines and all that type of stuff. So the issue for me was the lack of consistency from one professor to the next. So once I would get down packed with one professor wanted me to study and how they wanted me to study and start doing well on my tests, the semester would be over and I would go to another professor that wanted something completely different. So what worked for me was I had no shame in my game. I would literally ask my professors, what do you want us to know? What is being tested on? They would go through the lectures and they would say a lot of information. And yes, they may be pertinent to the field of nursing, but if it's not pertinent for me to pass this test, honey, I don't need to know it. So I would literally go, as I went through the lectures, I would yes, I would breeze over the information that they were giving to us, but I would focus on the information that I saw emphasis on in the classroom, or that I straight up just asked, is this going to be on the test? And they were like, yes or no. That was one way that helped me do better on my tests. Another way was how I was studying. So I always have been a fairly good studier. I never had to study as much as I had to study in nursing school. Never in my whole academic career had I had to study that much to be successful. But yeah, changing the way how I studied, that definitely was a key factor in how I was able to perform on my tests. What I will say is that test anxiety is real, but I feel like test anxiety only happened to me when I knew I didn't do what I was supposed to do. If I knew I didn't study 6 hours for each lecture outside of the classroom, I knew when I walked into that test, I was not going to feel ready, and I was going to feel like I wasn't going to do well, and I was going to be anxious, and I would be overthinking every question. And so in order to avoid that, I literally made sure that I studied the appropriate amount of hours. I was able to teach back everything that was taught to me, anything that I read, anything that I would be tested on. If they taught it to me, I would need to be able to teach it back to someone else to know that I had the information down packed. And once I could do that, I could walk in the test and feel confident, and it made me a better test taker. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't concerned. Yeah, a little bit of anxiety before any test is normal. It's natural, especially if it's something that you care about, but I wasn't overly anxious. It wasn't something that was going to impact my performance on the test because I knew that I had done what I was supposed to do, and so my grade would reflect that. So that's a major key in getting over the obstacle of being able to perform well on tests, because nursing school is literally just teaching you how to pass the NCLEX. Yes, they may teach you, well, not may teach you, yes, they do teach you key elements of the nursing profession and the history and, things like that, but it's literally teaching you by the book how to pass the NCLEX, because in real life practice, experience is the best teacher. Nothing that you learn in a book can prepare you for what you will learn in real life. So study hard so you can pass the NCLEX and get into real life practice, because that's literally all nursing school is about. Okay. Another major obstacle that I had to overcome in nursing school were distractions. Now, distractions can be anything from boys to friends and family to events, to laziness and procrastination, social media. Literally anything was a distraction to me, because I am one of the biggest procrastinators in America. That's facts. That's facts. So I literally had to focus and force myself to focus and make nursing school a priority in order to be successful. I had to cut off most of the dudes I was talking to. Mind you, I started nursing school when I was 20. I graduated when I was 22. I'm 23 now. So at 20, 21, that's when you're supposed to be on and popping. You're supposed to be going out. You're supposed to be having your little fun. You're supposed to be, that's probably the least focused time in your life is when you're 20 and 21. And that's when I had just started nursing school and I was going through it. So I really had to discipline myself and focus. I had to cut off most of the dudes I was talking to. I didn't go anywhere. I was invited. And I honestly feel like I hurt a lot of my friends and family's feelings, because I honestly put nursing school before a lot of stuff. If they invited me somewhere, I would say, no, I can't go. I have to study. Even some family events I didn't attend because I had a test coming up, and I felt like if I didn't study the amount of time that I needed to, I wouldn't be successful. Social media, I I mean, everyone stays on social media. I feel like social media is like a little reward in between study breaks. But I definitely cut down on the amount of time that I was on social media. So I couldn't spend a whole day looking on Instagram or on watching YouTube videos, unless I was on like a break or something. But like while I was in school mode, I was in school mode. So all those distractions literally had to be eradicated for me to be successful. And I had to discipline myself at a very, not very young age, but at a semi-young age, and really focus myself on what was ahead and my goals and what I wanted to achieve. Distractions can be very detrimental to your success in school. I know a lot of people used to say, I don't understand how, you know, you're so young and you're so focused and you don't go out and you're, you know, but I literally had to discipline myself and just say all these things are going to be here when I graduate. The parties, the boys, my family, everything will be there when I graduate, when I'm done, when I have achieved my goals. And I'll probably enjoy it more, all those things more, when I'm where I want to be. So do not let distractions complicate your nursing school life. Make that your priority. Get through it. It's something that you literally only want to have to go through once, because it's probably going to be one of the most stressful times in your life. And you just need to, you know, stay focused, stay determined, stay motivated, and you will get through it. So I hope this video was helpful. These were the top obstacles that I had to overcome in order to be successful in nursing school and how I overcame them. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one.